So just to put into context what I've been doing for the last 4 hours, this is my computer setup, by the way. I'm struggling with these very dark mornings. Hello my YouTube friends and welcome back to my channel. So I look a little bit crazy just now because I am actually in the middle of getting ready, but I thought I'd have a little chat with you while I finish getting ready for work and we could have a little catch up about what's been going on. By the way, if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I am a research scientist. I recently finished my PhD, well, at the beginning of the year in chemistry, and now I am a research scientist in the field of environmental and analytical chemistry. So I wanted to update you all. Sorry, I need to look up because I can't see because it is so dark here in Scotland at the moment because winter has very much arrived, so I have to have all the lights on to actually be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, what has been going on then? So things have been pretty busy at the moment. Basically, we have this big meeting at the beginning of November for one of the projects that I'm involved on, and it basically means that I need to get together our whole year's worth of data to present at this meeting at the beginning of November. And I thought the meeting was going to be at the end of November, so I have a month less essentially to get all this data analysed. So that was a bit of a spanner in the works, let's say. Oh, there's an airplane going by. Okay, the airplane is gone now. Yeah, so that has been quite challenging, let's say, because I've had to spend a lot of my time just doing data analysis. Sorry, I really can't see what my eyeshadow looks like and I don't want to go into work looking all crazy like a clown. But yeah, so I've been focusing about 80% of my time on data analysis, which has been challenging because I've been staring at a screen, staring at numbers, staring at peaks, staring at Excel sheets, and yes, it is challenging for your mind. Alongside that, I've also been working on my method that I've told you about in a few vlogs. This is a method that I need to develop for when we get samples in, and I am very pleased to say that the method has worked finally. After trialing quite a few different methods, I have managed to get it to work, and I managed to get it to work very well. So I am very pleased about that. But yeah, I've been trying to juggle this data in amongst getting this method organized, which has been fun. It's been very busy to say the least. I was also a little bit stressed last week because it's actually Wednesday today, and I took yesterday and Monday off because my boyfriend just came back from being offshore working for one whole month. So we wanted to take some time to spend together now that he's back, and I was quite honestly needing some time off because everything has been so hectic and busy at work. However, do you ever get that when you have days off planned and it happens to be that those days off are right in the middle of when you're at one of your busiest periods at work? That is how it has felt because yeah, I was quite stressed thinking, oh, I have these days off, but I also have so much work to try and get done before this meeting, and are these days off actually going to hold me back from reaching my goals of getting everything done before this meeting? So last week I was a bit stressed, I have to say, and I did work quite a few hours overtime, I guess, because I wanted to get myself in a good place by the end of Friday so that I could enjoy my weekend and enjoy my days off without thinking, without being stressed over the weekend because I'm thinking, oh, I've got so much to do and I'm taking these days off. So I worked extra last week to try and put myself into a good position, and on Friday I was in a good position, I would say, and I have managed to enjoy my days off, but it is now time to return to work. This week I'm probably going to be doing a mismatch of working from home and working in the lab. It depends if the samples that I was running while I was off, if they worked out well, because this is the thing, right? When you look over your data, sometimes you find that you actually need to rerun samples because something went wrong that you didn't realize at the time until you've properly dive deep into the data and you can see that things aren't really matching up, so you need to redo stuff, and that is exactly what happened. So I was looking at data and realized that something strange happened that you wouldn't know just from glancing at the data briefly after you'd run the samples. So I had to rerun quite a few samples, which means that I was waiting for that data in order to analyze and process it. So that data was running while I was off over the weekend and yesterday and Monday because my colleague Pat was going to be helping out with changing mobile phases on the LCMS and changing over samples and stuff like that. So that was very helpful. So all of my samples should be run now and they should be working, fingers crossed. And I should be able to analyze the last 4 sequences that were run and get them done by Friday. And then on Monday, I should be able to properly look at the trends of the data and try and make some graphs and see what has been happening in the river over the whole course of the year. So yeah, I'm going to take you along with me this week, well, this half week since it's Wednesday, and just explain to you what I'm getting up to. It won't be very much lab stuff, just to give you a warning, but I will be kind of talking you through how my week is going and what I'm up to, just to give you a little insight into what a week is like as a research scientist, and I hope you enjoy. So the next time I'll speak to you will be in the office, and I really need to get a move on because it's 5 to 8 and I want to be in the office by 8, which is not going to happen, but I need to do my hair still, and yeah, I'll see you at work. So just to give you an idea of what life is like in Scotland at the moment, it's 8 o'clock and this is how dark it is. And it's cold and it's rainy. This is the beginning of the short days, which I don't really love, to be honest, where it's dark for a lot of the day, which can really take its toll, you know. I am walking to work. I will speak to you when I'm at work. Hello, my friends. It is 10:44 and I am in the office. So this morning got off to an interesting start. So I actually dropped my ID badge on the way to work and then had to retrace my steps to try and find it, and it was quite dark, as I showed you this morning, and I couldn't find it. I went back to my house, tried to rummage around to try and find said ID badge, couldn't find it, and then it turns out that a dog walker had actually picked up the badge and she saw me coming out of my house and asked me if I was Jessica, because she had my badge, so I managed to find it, which was good. But anyway, since I've come in this morning, I have checked the instrument and it's still running. I had an email from my colleague asking if I can rerun some of her samples because she's also going through data and there's one set of samples that doesn't look great, but I have to wait until this afternoon to do that because my samples are still running and they will be finished later on. But I have been sifting through my emails since I've been off for a few days, and I've actually been sorting out my application for my first grant that I am applying for, which is very exciting. I am basically applying for a small research grant to enable me to expand some of the current methods that we're developing into other matrices, and it's quite exciting. I've been working on it for a while and the deadline is tomorrow, and everything has kind of come at once, like I told you. So I'm trying to tie all of that up and I'll get it submitted later on today. But for now, I am going to work on processing some of the data that I exported that was running, that was getting, what am I trying to say? From the samples that were running over the weekend and yesterday. So I'm going to process those samples using the software for an hour, and then I have a meeting at 12:30. So I'm actually going to have an early lunch at 12. So I'm going to prepare for that meeting for half an hour before I have my lunch, and have my meeting, and then back to processing data again in the afternoon. Just checking in with you very quickly. I also need to give myself a little break from doing this data because my head is getting a bit sore. I do actually have blue light glasses, but I've been wearing my headphones, and my headphones and glasses, they push in my ears too much. I have changed my screens to be a more like warm color, so there's less blue light coming through. I'm watching a YouTube video whilst doing my data. Well, I'm like listening to it, I'm not watching it, of course. And yeah, I had a meeting. I haven't had lunch break actually today. I usually would, but my meeting was at 12:30, so I ate my lunch while doing work from 12 until 12:30 because my software was not responding on many occasions. So yeah, that it means that I got quite behind with my data because the software wasn't working. So I am not quite on track for where I would like to be today, but I guess it's one of those days. The meeting was productive and I'm debating going for coffee time at 3 o'clock, but since I'll probably leave at 4, I don't think I will go for coffee time because I also need to go to the instrument still and set it up for the analysis for my colleague. which will take me a little while, probably take me from like 3 until 4, to be honest. Oh, I'm so annoyed that I'm not up to where I would like to be with the data today, but it is what it is, I guess. It is 3:45, my friends. I have not finished my data. I have been swapping over the samples. I'm currently I changed over the mobile phases. I've primed and purged. I'm running some of the new mobile phase through the column now. I'm then going to start the run. And then I think I'm not going to finish at 4 o'clock, but I think I'm going to go home because I'm quite hungry and I want to eat something. And I think I'm going to submit my grant application from home. And I'm also going to finish a little bit more data processing, so I can call it a day quite happily. Guys, it is 5:30, which is an hour and a half later than I wanted to stay today, but the instrument started playing up. Sorry that it's so dark, but it's 5:30 and it's a miserable day. But yeah, basically the instrument was leaking and I couldn't make it unleak, and it took me ages to fix it, but I think I managed to fix it now. I put the samples to run. I'm going home. I will speak to you tomorrow. Hello, my YouTube friends. It is Thursday today, so it is the next day. Please excuse how I look. I have had a shower this morning after exercising. I washed my hair. I have moisturized. We are giving my face a bit of a break from makeup and contact lenses, so you're getting natural me today. As you can see, I am working from home today. I still have a lot of data to get through. Just to put things into perspective, it is now 12:30. And I've been working since 8 o'clock, and I have only finished analysing one sequence and doing all of the spreadsheets and all of the macros and everything. That has taken me 4 hours. I still have 2 more sequences to do. That's a lie, I technically still have 4 to do because 2 of the earlier ones I need to reprocess and then recopy over all of the data and everything, so technically I have 4 still to do. 1 data set. Oh no, I should have the data for that. The plan for today is, sorry, I'm a bit scattered. The plan for today is to try and get 1 more finished and then potentially set up the sheet with all of the information and stuff ready to do another one tomorrow. So half of the battle will be done. I'm quite enjoying working from home. It is a dull, rainy, horrible day out there and I'm just working on data, so I might as well be, watching a YouTube video, doing my data on the other screen, getting multiple cups of tea, multiple snacks, and happy days. Speaking of tea, I am currently making myself a cup of tea. I went on a bit of a shopping spree while Pete was away and I was bored, and I bought lots of taster sizes of these Bird and Blend teas. This is not sponsored, I just wanted to try a bunch of teas, and they are supposed to give you 10 servings, but I haven't actually managed to get 10 servings out of most of them. But I have lots of yummy flavors, some caffeinated, some non-caffeinated, because I'm not always good with caffeine. Caffeine does make me a bit jittery and a bit anxious, but I'm just making a turmeric. Why can't I say that? A turmeric tea just now. Where is it gone? I want to tell you what's in it. Here we go. The Good Calmer turmeric tea. So it's got cocoa nibs, oat flowering tops, cinnamon, ginger, turmeric, ashwagandha, and cocoa shells. And it's caffeine free. And I'm going to drink that, continue a bit of data analysis, and then we will have some lunch. So just to put into context what I've been doing for the last 4 hours, I have been sitting here clicking through all of these samples to check for peaks and to reintegrate peaks if they don't look very good. And I've had to do this, so this is just one set of the samples for one compound. I've had to do this for 37 pharmaceuticals. So I have to check every single sample. There's about 80 samples in the data set, and then there are 37 pharmaceuticals. So if you do the maths, that is a lot of peaks to have a look at. And then I have to copy and paste all the data into a spreadsheet. It's not this spreadsheet, and do macros and all sorts. And yeah, that's why it takes a long time. And that's why I have a YouTube video on the go. I'm actually watching Katie, who was my friend at school a very, very long time ago, and she has a YouTube channel called Katie Likes Bread, and I'm catching up with her videos and trying to not go insane doing this data. This is my computer setup, by the way. Well, it's not technically mine, it's technically my boyfriend's, but now that we live together, what's mine is his. So I have a wireless keyboard, mouse, iPad, because I'm going to start watching videos on here instead of here, because I'm going to use this screen, and this absolutely massive monitor, which is very good when you're doing Excel work. But I have to keep the software really small because if I make the software any bigger, it takes such a long time to go between the samples, like for them to load. I don't know why that is, but it's highly frustrating and I need to use this tiny little window when I've got this massive screen, which doesn't make sense. But yeah, I can't be waiting 5 seconds in between each sample when I have a lot of samples that I need to look at. Okay, so it's lunchtime, it's 10 to 2, and I'm having these little flaming hot chicken tenders from Costco, some hot sweet chili sauce, and some microwave in the bag of vegetables. This is the definition of a quick and easy, no cooking, no fuss lunch. I'm gonna eat this and then we're gonna get back to the computer again to do more data analysis. Hello friends, it is 3 p.m. and we are so close to getting this second sequence of data finished. I don't know what time I'm going to work till today because I have recently been working quite a bit of overtime and not feeling 100% today, to be honest with you. So I might try and finish at 4, so we'll see how much I can get done. I really want to get this second sequence analysed and all the data copied across. I'm doing the spreadsheet stuff now with all the numbers. And if I have some time until 4, then I can do some other bits to prepare for my data processing for tomorrow. I think I'm going to go into the office tomorrow just for a bit of change of scenery to keep me inspired and motivated. But yeah, I don't have a sore head yet, which is good, but I do feel like I need a little 5-minute break from the screen. So I know I already showed you the setup, but it's beginning to get dark outside. It's 3 o'clock, so I put lights on and look at the colours of the lights. I've got this like galaxy theme on the Philips Hue lights. These are my boyfriend's Philips Hues as well. And it just makes such a nice glow and gives a little bit of ambiance for doing my data processing. This situation needs sorted though. All these cables, they're kind of giving me anxiety. Right, I am actually going to meditate for 5 minutes and then I am going to resume my data. Hello my friends, happy Friday. We're going into the office today. I'm about to cook some eggs and some toast. These spotlights are not great, but as you can see, it's pitch black outside and it's 8 o'clock. I'm struggling with these very, very dark mornings. I'm not going to lie to you. But let's make the eggs and hopefully we can get into the lab for 8:15. Hello friends, I'm currently looking a little bit like a tomato because I have just exercised because it is actually 4:30 and I forgot to update you guys during the day today because it's been actually quite busy and not just data orientated today. So to give you a little lowdown on what's happened today, I went into work at 8 o'clock, just after 8, and I caught up on my emails and I noticed that my supervisor actually wanted to have a catch-up meeting in the afternoon, so I scheduled that into my plans for the day. Then I started analysing my data, managed to get through one of my sequences, and then I had a meeting at 11 o'clock with Perkin-Elmer, who is actually the company, the brand of our LCMS instrument. And basically, because we have a service contract with them and because we are a user of their instrument, they're very happy to help us out when we are developing new methods. So I can have meetings with their technical support team who are constantly developing their own methods for new and emerging contaminants that they want to analyze. So I had a meeting with one of their specialists and we were just having a chat about some of the analysis that I'm doing and some of the analysis that he's doing and how we can help each other out. So that was good. I was in that meeting for about 45 minutes and then I did some more data and then I came home for lunch and then I went back to work because I had my meeting with my supervisor and that was fine. He just told me that he's going on holiday and I told him that I'll have the data for him and all of my graphs by Wednesday next week. So did I say he's going on holiday? He's not going to holiday. He's going to China for work because he supervises students over there. So that's what I did. I had my meeting with him and then afterwards I realized that one of the sequences of data that I need to analyze, there was a sample missing when it was run before and I don't know how that was missed. So I went to check if the sample was actually in the box. It was in the box. I went to run the samples over the weekend to set everything up and the instrument is not connecting to the modules. So basically, this computer did a software update and it came back on, and now the software will not connect to the auto sampler and it will not connect to the oven. It will connect to the HPLC and it will connect to the mass spec, but not the auto sampler and not the oven. I tried multiple different things to get it to work. It still would not work. So I decided to call it a day, and that was at 3 o'clock. I decided that is a problem for Monday. So I sent an email to the technical support team at PerkinElmer, and hopefully they'll reply maybe today or on Monday, and we can try and solve that problem. Honestly, computer updates are the bane of my life, because whenever the computer is updated, there's always some sort of issue. I swear. Anyway, I've just rambled on for 3 minutes giving you an update. This was a chatty vlog this week. I wanted to take you along on what I was doing. I didn't really show you too much because I've been sitting at the computer for most of the week, but I hope me telling you what I got up to gave you a little insight into my week. Just before I leave, I can't remember if I told you that I actually submitted the grant application that I told you about earlier in the week. So I submitted that on time. So now we just have to wait and see if I get that money for that project that I want to do. And on that note, I'm going to leave you alone and stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!